trouble, 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 trouble. You know I might get in trouble. You know I might get in trouble. Trouble, 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 trouble. Yeah, I may get in trouble with this. Yeah, I might hit the button with this. T.Cooke Briaunna Monet, yeah, you know how we coming with this. Heat it up like the summer with this. They tryna kick it, wanna pun it with us. Yeah, they say it's something in the water, so I went out and flooded on my wrist.
Hey, we back again.
Hello, Governor. Episode 20.
Episode 20.
I can't believe it. I still don't believe it.
Hey, look, let's give it up because a lot of people don't make it to episode 20.
It's giving veteran.
We still on the air.
It's giving. We did this before.
We ain't been canceled
here
yet.
Before.
We ain't been canceled yet. We still here.
Haven't really gotten in trouble yet.
So we here. God is good all the time.
Amen. Let's start off with. I want to just say that it's Mental Health Awareness Day, World Mental Health Awareness Day. So. Always want to acknowledge that here at the Chappelle Pod, we are huge on mental health and we take it very serious. So, love to everyone going through mental health issues, trying to figure it out. It's a daily battle and it's not linear. It's some days you're good, some days you're like rock bottom again. And love to everyone. You're not alone.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you going through something, find a therapist. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more than just talking to your homies. You know what I'm saying? Like, take that extra step and step out there on a limb, even though it might be scary. You know, you need a professional to kind of unpack these things and kind of, work through them. You know what I'm saying? And you'll start kind of unpacking traumas and stuff that you didn't even really, that you didn't know that, this is why I'm like this. It stems from this. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, you're not alone. We all going through stuff. Therapy isn't end all be all, but it's something that is like, it's maintenance, as I call it. You got to maintain. So that's what we all trying to do. It's different things that we go through on a daily basis. So, we always going to be advocates for, mental health.
And sometimes it's more than therapy, sometimes you do need that medication, those chemical imbalances in your brain. Hormones are very real, and some people lack the necessary hormones or the dopamines and the serotonin. And so, whatever you need to do, just take care of yourself for sure.
Right. Put yourself first. That job going to be there.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Everything will be there. Everyone else will be there. And if they're not, then they weren't meant to be there.
Yeah.
And,
Put yourself first. You can't put a company, a corporation, nobody else before you. Take care of yourself. I don't know who need to hear that message out here today, but, put yourself first. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Find out what works for you, too.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to, in the realm of health still, I do want to acknowledge Breast Cancer Awareness Month as well. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Ladies, check your boobs, Checking your boobs is more important than Instagramming your boobs. I say that all the time. So go,
They're both important, but this is more important.
Do your self checks, but also go see a doctor.
Okay.
Prevention is always better. If you can catch it early, you're more than likely to survive it. I've seen a plethora of young women in their 20s, finding out that they have breast cancer, and it's scary. It's alarming because I am in my 20s, and a lot of times you think of like, oh, older women, I don't have to worry about that. But no, check your family too. Like if everyone's in your family, you're higher risk. And check your boobs.
Hashtag save the tatas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I remember they had them little bracelets. You know what I'm saying? I need a few. I have them all up.
Right. I should have worn my pink hat.
You feel me? But that's the energy we on today. You feel me?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's move on into the.
Speaking of pink, while we on the pink, breast cancer awareness. Your girl Kim K.
Oh yeah, she did have that pink ensemble on.
She had her all pink last night. at the SNL.
I love
You know what I'm
SNL,
saying?
and I didn't catch it last night. I'm usually like knocked out by then.
Hey, look,
I usually watch it on Sunday.
I ain't catch the full
But
episode.
I caught the monologue.
The monologue's
and
fire.
bravo to whoever wrote it for
Yeah,
her,
I don't know
or
who wrote it.
her helping them write it. I think it was brilliant because
Yeah,
I think if you can own your own like mistakes and flaws and joke about it, then you can't really like nobody else can really joke you for it. Like I think she really did a good job with kind of taking a stab at everything that people take a stab at her for. And that's it. She just put it all out there, and it's just like, okay, we can't even make fun of you because like it is what it is to you too. So
it's the Eminem in 8 Mile theory. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk about it before you do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like she's always a good sport. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she is.
You know, she gave Kanye his props, but then you know, said, you know, I'm divorcing.
So I guess they are divorced.
So it's like, hey, it is what it is. But shout out to Ye because he still was there in New York supporting her and
having a good time. He had lunch with Anna Wintour. He was just like, this was fun for him.
He's been out and about in these streets.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And shout out. I seen Kris Jenner next to Kim last night at the closing of SNL.
Oh,
you know,
really?
she's always gonna be somewhere close.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, I'm happy for Kim though. I think she did a good job. I'm ready to see like the little skits and stuff throughout the episode.
I'm excited to watch later.
But well, yeah, shout out to Kim because to do SNL, that's a big thing.
It is. It's a dream. It's definitely a dream. So
monologue was fire though, so I guess she got ghostwriters and Kanye got ghostwriters, but nonetheless, it's still fire. So we here for it. You feel me? So, no cap.
Yeah, let's move right on. I want to talk about Adele and this new album coming out. Apparently, she went on IG Live and kind of played a few seconds of each of her songs on the new album. Didn't get a chance to catch it, but I just love Adele.
Hey, I heard one of the snippets. I didn't know she did multiple snippets. I heard those snippet of the song that her and Alicia Keys got together.
Okay.
I think that might be the lead single or one of the main songs off the project. But Adele music, anytime you can get new Adele music, it's always good. Yeah. But for her and Alicia Keys to link up, I think that's dope. But it was like 25 seconds into the record, and I'm feeling like I need a box of Kleenex because it's like, it's one of them records where it's like, I wasn't ready for her to tap into my emotions on this song, but
it's gonna be a sad girl fall.
It's gonna, it's definitely.
I think Summer Walker's dropping soon too.
Yeah, Summer definitely about to drop. So between the combination and them, you know what I'm saying, you'll get the, I ain't gonna say the ratchet and the righteous, but you're gonna get like two different.
And I heard a rumor that The Weeknd was supposed to be dropping new music soon too. So
I don't listen to Abel like that unless he collab with Kanye. I don't listen to Abel.
Well, you know I do. So I think that trifecta of Adele, The Weeknd, and Summer Walker.
Look, what y'all not gonna do?
Protect your peace.
What y'all not gonna do is slip me into depression in the fall. It's already got seasonal depression.
Right.
We're not gonna compound that.
Speaking of,
we're not gonna do that.
Take your vitamin D, guys. We just talked about mental health and seasonal depression.
Fact.
Take your vitamin D. It does help.
Get outside.
I've started taking mine,
too,
and
real, yo. Like, it's real.
Yeah, but I heard that Adele's take on this album is more kind of like maybe I'm the problem. I feel like in the past it's kind of like targeted towards like, you know, you're the issue and stuff like that. And so that's what I heard is going to be like her take on this album. I appreciate her artistry because I think she hasn't fallen into the way that artists come out with new music every year or even like twice a year or whatever. Like she definitely takes her time with her albums. Like when was the last time we had an Adele album? It's been a few years.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
It's always like she got 21, then 25.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she takes her time.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. I think that's how it used to be. That's very like classic artistry. We're just so used to on demand, you know, like music now and when's the next single and next to drop. But I appreciate artists that do take their time because I think they take it seriously.
Oh, for sure. I mean, look, I've seen some of the questions they asked Adele. They asked her,
what's her body count?
What's her body count? She was like, what does that mean?
What is that? Her body count?
They asked her, is she ready
she
for
looks so like...
Yeah, she was like really oblivious.
What?
Like, what are you talking about? Then they asked her, is she ready for new Beyonce music? She's like, of course. Like, what do you mean? Like, so.
And she spoke on Chloe and Holly too. She said like that album really spoke to her, and it's like she needed it the most when they dropped it. I love Adele.
I'm just happy for her. I think it's rumors, or like I think she's dating like Rich Paul, who is LeBron's homie. Like,
really?
Yeah, that's what the streets is saying. I can't confirm nor deny, but I think she's happy. Like, I think she's in a good place.
That's
so
good. She looks great.
Yeah, I think this album will be probably like more reflective, but nonetheless, shout out to Adele. Hopefully she can convince Rihanna to speed up her release as well, because it's like we need everybody. We need new Kendrick, new Adele, new Rihanna, new Beyonce. Like we need new everything.
Yeah,
you know, new T.Cooke. You know, we need everything.
We need that.
You know what I'm saying? So hey, it's coming. Wait on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, moving along though. Have you seen on TikTok this Omarion challenge that everybody's doing?
I have, and I do it myself. And I hear the song.
We might need to do one on the official page.
We should. Why did he do that? But of course, my favorite is Young BBQ. Because she nails it. And she has that Verizon sign.
The custom Verizon sign in the background. Yeah, she killed it. She's like spot on, like you know what I'm saying. But
did you see the TikTok of the girl doing it in front of the security guard so her friend could sneak in?
No, I ain't see that. I seen the one funny. With like all the Halloween characters like Jason, Freddy, and whoever else was in that shit. But yeah, like this is funny to me. It's funny.
Because the original is hilarious. Like,
did you see Omarion's?
He
redid it too.
Oh, he redid it.
He redid it. Yeah, he redid it. So yeah. So
like, what was that? I don't know.
Where
was he on a red carpet or something? It was really just like,
I don't know. I think he was on stage, but it'd be like for me, like whoever's in the crowd, like they hyping it up. Like that's what makes it perfect. It's just like, yo, why you gassing the? And then like, yo, he swore he was MJ. I don't know who he thought he was, but like,
and
shout out
Omarion's talented. But like,
yeah, but like he just was.
That is
was
so funny to me. Speaking of Omarion, did you see Lil Fizz apologize to him?
Yeah, Lil Fizz, man. Hey, look, all I know is back in the day. When B2K broke up, I was devastated, dog. It was like around the time like You Got Served came out, and I remember like I think I was like in the dollar store like getting like some candy to bring into the movie theaters, and it was like, oh, B2K has broken up. And I was like, yo, I was like, fam, what? And I was just like, I wasn't even a huge B2K fan, but
that
it was just
that traumatizing that you remember where you were.
Yeah, I remember exactly where I was. Yeah, I'm like, yo, fam, what you mean they broke up? They just put the movie out. What you mean they broke up? So I mean, just the whole like the way my loyalty is set up, there's no way that I would like, my homies know, like I don't mess with like women, like especially like homies, baby mamas and stuff. Like they off limits.
Guy code.
Yeah,
it's just like why?
It's off limits. Like they off limits. Like so for him to even stoop to that level, like and then even like have a relationship with his baby mama, like my loyalty ain't set up like that. So I would never really be in that situation.
Right.
But the fact that he realized his wrongs and did a public apology, because a lot of y'all be doing public wrongs, but y'all apologize in private. Y'all need to make the apology
as loud as the disrespect.
That's a fact. No kidding. So I feel like that's what he did, and I respect Fizz for that, even though he was dead ass wrong. I respect him for apologizing, because it take a man to really, you know, try to right his wrongs, and he did do that. So hopefully they can move forward past it. They already on tour together, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like he needed that check. So
I mean, hey, at the end of the day,
like, I gotta do what I gotta do.
Look, it is what it is. But
I don't know, like for me, I feel like it's been so long too. It's just like, you can keep your apology, like I'm good on it. Like I mean, because first of all, you did it in the first place. Like some things what Drake say? Some things are too wild to reconcile.
True.
It's just like you did it already. We can't take that back.
Yeah.
So like I moved on, forgave you. It is what it is. But like you can just keep your apology. It's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that too.
I don't think I could ever be friends with somebody again after that.
Yeah, like I would forgive them because like forgiveness is for you, not the other person. So it's
Yeah.
like just for it to not be a stumbling block moving forward. Of course, I would forgive, but I never forget. It's
Yeah.
things as from elementary and kindergarten that I haven't forgotten.
Okay.
Like my memory is that like I be talking to people, they memory like don't be as good as mine. So it's like it don't allow them to hold on to stuff in the past because they don't even remember it. They
Yeah.
didn't went on about their life.
Yeah, I definitely forget
You know what I'm saying?
traumatic
And it-
experiences.
Like for me, it's like I can tell you time, date. Well, I ain't gonna say time and date, but I can tell you exactly. And I think it's because I write songs. So like when I write songs, I have to tap into how I felt at that time. And yeah, I would never. If I was a Marion, I would never forget how it felt to see my mans on Love and Hip Hop with my baby mama. Like it's just like
It wasn't like a one-time thing or a slip up. This was intentional.
yeah, it's like yo. I mean,
And it seems to all be revolved around a bag. So I feel like he dated her for a bag and now he's apologizing for a bag. So that's why you just keep it.
hey, I guess the
Yeah,
bag is
keep
the
it.
motivation, I guess. But at the end of the day, like the way my loyalty and is set up with my homies, they know that like I wouldn't never even cross that boundary. Like you know
I'm
what
not
I'm saying?
even cool with people that aren't cool with the people I'm cool with. Like,
Dang, that's a word. That's a word. That's a word. You know what I'm
a
saying?
friend of my enemy is not a friend to me. So it's
Dang.
just like, yeah.
Look, talk about it.
Yeah.
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 So it's like at the end of the
It's
day,
a few.
like, you know, hey,
know a
I don't know
few.
who that apply to. Somebody gonna see this and you know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about you.
Hey, if the shoe fit, wear that muff. No cap.
Lace it up. All right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Let's talk about Pharrell not bringing back Something in the Water.
yeah, for sure. And I don't blame him.
Don't blame him. That's very
at all.
fair. It's also very ironic that the timing of this statement and release or whatever coincides with, I don't know if you've seen the news or it's been circulating around Twitter about a Black veteran family that moved into a neighborhood in Virginia Beach, and their very racist neighbors made it so that every time they would it was like a motion detector sensor or whatever, but every time they would go into their house or walk out of their house, lights will shine on them and this monkey music will start playing.
Oh, I did hear about that.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It is crazy that here in 2021 we are dealing with stuff like that. Apparently it's like an older white man that lives with his mom, so it's giving very much sick in the head. It's giving very much not well, but
Yeah.
I think that's crazy. And it's just like, yeah, Pharrell was basically saying that Virginia Beach is run by toxic government officials and stuff like that. I mean, the Virginia Beach police killed his cousin. Nothing's been done about it. No justice has been served. And then Virginia Beach police, in response to this practically hate crime, to this Black family in Virginia Beach, they said they can't do anything about it. I'm pretty sure they're breaking a lot of codes here. It's sound codes, disruption, HOA, you're bringing down the value of the neighborhood. How can you do nothing about it?
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't do it either. I would not bring shit to Virginia Beach.
Yeah, first and foremost, I want to say, here at the Trouble Pod, and I think I speak for me and Briaunna Monet, we stand with you in solidarity for real. No matter how dope Something in the Water was, the justification for the racism that Virginia Beach has perpetuated for years. This isn't anything new. I remember years ago, Pusha T was saying that I think he went to some bar and they discriminated against him. So these instances of people being discriminated against in the city of Virginia Beach as a whole, y'all need to be held accountable for it. Y'all don't need to benefit from something that's so profit driven as Something in the Water to be brought to y'all city. It could be brought to Norfolk. It could be brought to somewhere else other than Virginia Beach. So if he decides to move it somewhere, we gonna stand in solidarity with him. I thought something that when he released, I think it was like 4 days ago, he released an official statement. The most pivotal part about that statement for me was when he said in the statement, I'm talking about Pharrell.
Yeah.
He said, I sang about a room without a roof, but I am tired of kindly and politely being shown the door. And that really resonated to me because just as an artist, it's like Pharrell has done so much for the 7-5 to put us on the map, and for y'all to repay him by not only killing his cousin, but not righting your wrongs in regards to it. So like I said, it's definitely some healing that needs to be taking place for us to move forward past it. But I definitely understand his decision, and sometimes, you know, you have to stand 10 toes despite what you want to do. Sometimes you got to do what you have to do, and I think like Pharrell is definitely doing that. So shout out to him.
Like Pharrell doesn't need this.
He doesn't
like
need it. He's doing it
established.
for the hometown. He's doing it. You know what I'm saying? He's doing it for
It's
us.
a passion project, if anything.
So at the end of the day, like I said, it's really unfortunate what transpired in regards to everything. But
I'm proud of him
like
for taking that stand, and I think this is necessary to make that first step and change, because money does talk, and they're missing that.
But it's crazy because I've heard he's already seen some ramifications of him standing up for what he believes in. I heard that he was supposed to have Dave Chappelle, and we're going to talk about him later, but he was supposed to have Dave Chappelle at the Cavalier for a comedy event, and the city of Virginia Beach is not greenlighting him doing that. So it's like, yo, it's ramifications for these actions, and it's like I feel like Pharrell had Virginia Beach in his back pocket. Anything he wanted to do up until this point was green lit, you know what I'm saying? And now it's like, no, they might blackball him in this area. But at
again,
the end
Pharrell
of the day,
doesn't need this. Like, they're hurting themselves.
But right is right and wrong is wrong.
Yeah.
And we need some straightening in regards to you know what I'm saying, Donovan Lynch. We need some straightening in regards to that. So it's like y'all gonna have to answer for that. So at the end of the day, shout out to Pharrell for taking a stand, and we are behind you 100%. And even if you gotta move,
if I had to stop going to the strip, I'll do it.
Yo, I
mean, not that I even really go out there anyway.
It's already damn near racist anyway, because they it's like you walk the strip, you see police they on horses, they on horseback. Is that really needed though? All y'all need is the whip, like y'all had up in Haiti. That's all y'all need, and now we right back into into slavery times. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, it's like at the end of the day, look, Pharrell brought something in the water to Virginia Beach. We didn't have no casualties. We had no, you know what I'm saying? It was a good time, and I was actually surprised.
Speak on like how amazing that experience was. They're so grateful for that. Yeah,
and it was like, unfortunately, it's probably gonna be a one and done situation. You feel what I'm saying? But like at the end of the day, like I said, we respect Pharrell for taking a stand, and just with the climate right now, sometimes that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Until y'all make right. So make it right. So at the end of the day, shout out Pharrell.
Yeah.
And
So you want to move into talking about Dave Chappelle receiving a lot of backlash for his comedy special.
Yeah. Did you see the special?
I didn't see it. I know that the LGBTQ whatever community.
Cool out.
What that man say?
They'll cancel us next. LGBTQ.
Everybody knows the joke, but I know that the LGBTQ community is very upset, and rightfully so. You know, I think at some point, I know that he is a classic, you know, like comedian, and he comes from that era, like with Cat Williams. Like, I mean, you might be offended, but it's just all comedy, you know, or whatever. But we are we're more socially aware these days, and people are more sensitive. And I think you do have to adapt to a degree. And also there is comedy out there that isn't offensive, that is still just as funny. So it's like, we don't need to watch, you know, you and be offended.
I mean, I can understand that, but at the same time, like, I mean, you have the right in this country, maybe not in other countries, but you have the right to freedom of speech. You can say what you want.
Yeah.
And Dave Chappelle, he's made a career off of playing off of racial comedy, like ever since he had the Chappelle show. This is nothing new. So it's like, if you tune in for a Chappelle special, you already know what you're buying into. It's like when you watch this show, it's called I May Get in Trouble for This. It's like, yo, it's already prefaced. So for you to actually get offended by watching Chappelle, you already know what he on. You already know that. So it's like, not to say that it's right or wrong, but I do feel like he has the right to say what he want to say.
Yeah.
So in that regard, like, I don't feel like you can cancel Dave Chappelle because Dave Chappelle doesn't want to be a part of what we got going on anyway. He left $50 million on the table at Comedy Central and went to Africa. He did that years ago, and then he came back and rebuilt his stardom and rebuilt it from the ground up. And that sounds like somebody that doesn't want to participate in the popular culture to me. He's just living his truth. And I feel like at the end of the day, if you speak your truth, that's what it is. Now, like I said, whether it's right, whether it's wrong, you're always going to be entitled to your opinion. But at the same time, y'all canceling Dave Chappelle. How y'all going to, this was his last special with Netflix anyway. So he might go back into hiding out after this. We don't know what he going to do. But
did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
So what was it that was so controversial?
It was more so the comments about the trans community, some of the jokes or like the punchlines. Like, he told a story towards the end of the whole show wasn't about that, but towards the end he told some jokes about this woman comedian who was trans and how he had a relationship with her, which actually shows that he's not transphobic like they say he is. He just wears that because that's what people puts on him. So he calls himself transphobic, but I think he's doing it because everybody else says he is. Nonetheless, he talks about the story where he built this rapport with a woman comedian who is trans and actually had her open up for him in San Francisco and all this stuff like that. And then she bombed, like she actually bombed like her set. And then when he came out on his set, she was off like in the front row, and like they almost did like she was giving her feedback as he was doing jokes, and it kind of actually like ended up working because she was saying stuff while he was on stage and they were bouncing off of each other. He was asking her questions that people want to know about the trans community, and she actually ended up like killing it on Dave's set more than she did on her set. And so then he tells the story about how she ends up, I forgot what happened, but she ended up dying or whatever. Like, she ended up dying. And I forgot how she passed or whatever. But he says, like, at the end of the special, he's like, he's gonna, I think he said he raised money for her kids' college fund or whatever, or started a college fund or something like that for her child or something like that. And then he says, like, when he talks to, when the son, I think, gets older, he's gonna say something about like, I knew your mother and she was a good man or something like something like that, like something. It was something controversial like that, and it was like, it's a joke, but it's like, yo, I just feel like we're in this super PC climate nowadays where it's like, yo, it's gonna be funny to who it's supposed to be funny to. Yeah. If you don't find it funny, don't watch it, or just don't support whoever it is. And like, his biggest thing in this special that I seen that was getting traction was Dave Chappelle was saying, like, he was talking about the baby, and we've talked about him on the show multiple times, but he was just saying like, the baby literally shot a nigga. Like, this is Dave Chappelle's words, shot a nigga in Walmart, and it didn't have no effect on his career. And then he says one thing about the LGBTQ community, and they ready to cancel him. It's like, yo, so it's like, what is a black man's life worth in America? Personally, I felt like it was a little bit of dry snitching, because a lot of people don't even know that instance even happened with the baby, because that was before he was mainstream. But the baby didn't get any charges pressed against him because it was self-defense. He was in Walmart with his family, and the dude tried to pull out on her, and the baby just got him before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, you got to protect you and yours. So it's like nobody's faulting the baby for that. But the fact that Dave Chappelle, one of the biggest comedians in the world, got on stage and really brought that to light, I'm like, yo, everybody didn't know about that. But he was just making a point that you can kill somebody and there's no backlash, and then you say one thing that's offensive to this community, and now they ready to cancel you. So he was just juxtaposing the two, and I see his point. Me being just kind of like from an era where it's like, I felt like he was dry snitching in a way, but you can Google this. This is public info. I just felt like he made more people aware about it. But nonetheless, I'm kind of indifferent towards it. I see both sides of it. When I watched this special, I seen two white women in the crowd, and they didn't pan to them, but they definitely was in the camera angle. They were in the shot when Chappelle made these jokes, and they looked pissed, like almost as if they wanted to get up and walk out. If they did, they would have, if they did, I would have respected, that decision. I'm someone who, I don't play off controversy, but as an artist, I'm definitely going to get my point across, whether you believe in it or not.
Yeah.
And I feel as if, like, I seen Kanye a few years ago when he premiered Jesus is King, and he was like halfway through that album, and I remember people getting up like halfway through it and just leaving. It was like people that was in the row behind me, they got up and left. And I guess they felt like this Jesus is King type of thing wasn't for them. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this isn't no gospel. This is whatever this is. This might be blasphemous. Whatever it is, they got up and left. So it's like, at the end of the day, you can't tell somebody what they should and shouldn't be offended by. Yeah. But like I said, I do kind of hate the space that we put comedians in, because if you go back to the Richard Pryors and the Red Foxes and if you go, even though that was a different day and age, it's like, if you make it out to the point where comedians can't even get their jokes off, then we should just cancel stand-up altogether. Yeah. Like, it shouldn't even be like no specials. It shouldn't be no people buying tickets, because it's going to be something. If you go through something, they're paid to stand up there for an hour. If you nitpick that, somebody going to be offended, whether it's that community, whether it's the Jewish community, whether it's somebody's going to be offended by something. So it's like, what constitutes the cancellation? I'm like anti-cancellation culture. I'm like, I'm more counsel culture. Like, okay, you didn't agree with this, but how can we come to a common ground on it? You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And me watching it, I don't feel like he had no ill intentions about it. Like, trying to,
that one phrase, like, she was a good man or something like that. It's just like, I don't see that too harmful or whatever, like, versus what the baby said on stage about like HIV and stuff like that. Ignorant. That is harmful, actually. Like, and spreading misinfo and hatred or whatever. Like, so I would have to watch the whole special and see, but from that, I'm just like, okay, I don't know.
Yeah, it was a few things. Like I said, it was a combination of things that he said in the special that I think had the community up in arms, and they're like calling for, like, I think they're trying to boycott Netflix or trying to get them to remove the special, Dave Chappelle special from Netflix or whatever. I don't know how successful they're gonna be with that. I think when you partner with a streaming like platform like that, they already kind of know what they're signing up for. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. When you buy into a Chappelle, or when you buy into a 50 Cent, when you buy into these people who are controversial, you know what you're getting yourself up, and you know what you're signing up for. So it was like, even with this show, like, I feel like certain things that we may say that you might not agree with, but at the end of the day, it's like, you clicked on it for a reason. It's like, and we already told you before you clicked on it in the name. Yeah. So you should know what you're signing up for. So it's like, at the end of the day, that's my stance on it. But I see both sides of the coin. There's always two sides of the story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, other than those controversial statements, I was entertained by it. So
I get it. Like, you know what you're getting from Dave Chappelle. Like, he's always been controversial and a wild card. So
it's not like he came out the blue, like, and decided to be offensive.
Yeah.
In 2021, he's been offensive since I was in middle school.
Yeah.
Like when he was doing those KKK skits on Chappelle show and all this stuff like that. Like somebody, they like that's his lane. Yeah. So it's not like when Lil Nas X did Old Town Road and then he did Montero. Like that's a shock factor. Like that's like two opposite ends of the spectrum. You did Old Town Road, kids love that. Then you did Montero, and it's like, yo, you're sliding down the stripper pole to hell, like with no warning and not prefacing it. It's like you got kids who love Lil Nas X, and now they're watching this dude do this. It's like, yo, we wasn't warned about this. But Dave Chappelle, we know. Right. I mean, they used to show Chappelle show at a certain time when kids it was supposed to be asleep, but kids like me were up watching it. You know what I'm saying? And they wouldn't even censor the language out because it came on at a certain time. So it was like, it's not like Chappelle just came out of the blue and was just like, oh, I'm gonna shake the table today. He's been doing this.
No, yeah, like that's his brand.
That's his brand. So it's like, if you don't support him, like just don't watch. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like people be going out their way to be offended nowadays, and it's like, yo, bro, like, no, like that's like, you know what I'm saying? So nonetheless, that's how I feel about it. But moving along,
have you watched Squid Games?
I haven't watched it.
Neither have I. So
I've seen the memes and stuff, and I don't even know like what they even mean. I just see like the turquoise green tracksuits with the numbers on it. And then
that big doll.
Yeah, I don't even know what it means. I heard.
I hear the music.
Yeah, I heard like there's like some symbolism in it and stuff like that, which is like
capitalism.
And I heard it's like it's like subtitles and stuff. Like I think I actually like clicked on it and like I wasn't in the mind state to like. Cause you click on certain stuff, you be like, okay, I actually got to pay attention on this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sure. So I was like trying to watch it casually. I'm like, no, I need to carve out a certain time to actually like actively watch it. Yeah. But I just want to shout out the creator of it. Yeah. Because they say he's been trying to pitch that for like 10 years.
Such a journey.
And they like shut him down every time.
And that's inspiring. Yeah. Because now it's like the biggest thing right now. So never give up on your dreams. Like I can definitely respect that. That is amazing. So
they said it wouldn't work. It was like it's like science fiction, but they said it wasn't realistic or something like that. And it's like, when does science fiction have to be realistic? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like we have the MCU.
Yeah, it's just like,
and I love Marvel and DC Comics. It's just like, come on now. Like,
so it's like for him to get it green lighted and actually put on Netflix and everybody loves it. And just as a creative, that's inspiring.
Yeah, so. And it does have some like underlying tones to it. Like definitely, it gives Hunger Games to me to a degree. From what I grasp from what people have been posting and stuff like that, it's kind of just like that survival in capitalism. So yeah.
Yeah, I need to actually like watch it. Like
I think it's on time. It's definitely on time.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like God's timing is better than man's time. But I seen a video that I think the creator like posted. He seemed like a genuinely nice dude too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm happy for bro, because like, for him to actually do something that's like #1 in the country, streaming on Netflix right now, like that's big. Yeah. So I'm gonna actually try to watch it and see what it's about. But I hear everybody talking about it. I've seen spoiler alerts.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I need to go ahead and watch it for, before it gets too late.
Cool.
But yeah.
I do want to say, You is coming out Friday. That's another amazing Netflix original.
Oh, I guess I'm finna lock in and watch that, dude.
Excited.
I'm gonna binge watch that. I've been waiting for years for that to drop.
I had a dream about you last night, so.
About me? Or
you.
I'm just playing.
I see what you did there. No, I don't know. Obviously, I'm very excited because I definitely dreamt about it. I watched the trailer last night, so maybe that's what prompted my dream. But my dreams never make sense. It was like the plot of You, like with the guy being sneaky or whatever, but it was like a mix of Jurassic World. He had like dinosaurs like in hiding or something.
Hey,
And they came and killed people.
That might be the new season right there. We don't know until I guess
But
Friday.
that's just a glimpse into my mind. But it was very weird.
I had a weird dream last night too.
Yeah.
It was like throughout my whole dream last night, I was hearing unreleased Travis Scott music, and it was the dopest music, and it was like literally like so hard. Like I remember the songs in my head. I'm like, yo,
do you remember the beats?
I don't remember the beats. I just remember like I was like floating on a cloud, and it was just like the Travis music that I heard in my dream was just like so dope that I was just like, I don't even know why I heard it, but it was just like my whole dream literally was like Travis Scott music.
I'm excited.
And I was just like, yo, this shit's fire. But I think it was because I had watched the Travis Scott I watched a podcast and they was talking about Travis before I went to sleep. And allegedly the streets is saying that Travis might drop a mixtape before the album. So they're saying the mixtape is supposed to be called Dystopia, and the album's called Utopia. So that's what we're hearing. It would make sense because Don Toliver just dropped an album in the streets. I've heard mixed reviews, but my homies say it's fire. So I need to actually listen to it. But Cactus Jack, like it makes sense if Travis drops before the end of the year. I feel like Kendrick probably won't drop till 2022, top of the year. Yeah. Top of the morning. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like he'll drop until 2022. But yeah, I'm ready for new Travis music. It's been a minute.
Me too, but you already know.
I'm ready for Travis. I'm ready for new Pusha music. His new album is gonna be produced half by Kanye, half by the Pharrell and the Neptunes. So I already know Pusha's gonna get busy, and there's a few things I'm looking forward to. Hopefully it don't take too long for them to come out, and yeah.
I mean, we already got like the two biggest albums already, and Drake and Kanye and that whole thing. So I guess we are waiting for more. We did talk about that, but I just wanted to talk about Drake again and his acting skills on Drewski's Live.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, look. Shout out Could Have Been Records.
Shout out.
Drewski's hilarious, man.
And Drake said it's been downhill since CLB
Since
dropped.
he dropped CLB.
That man was down and out at the bar by himself.
And I'm like, yo, that shit was funny. And then I seen like he was like trying to tell Drewski to show his room. He's like, yo, let me see. Drewski showed his TV. He's like, Drake's like, what the F? Like, and he hung up on him. He's like, let me see that lifestyle you living. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, look, Drewski's funny, man. I seen him hang up on LMA too.
Yeah, that was funny too.
You took a pisser.
You
took a pisser, eh?
I had to tell you what that meant. So for those who don't know what it means, but like taking a piss is basically like you're joking on somebody or you're just like kidding around or whatever. It's like, oh, you just took a piss. Or you taking a piss right now? Like, you taking a piss at me? Like you're joking on me or whatever.
Yeah, she definitely didn't know what
that's what that means. About. But I don't think he wasn't using it the right way.
What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? And then he hung up the phone on her and was like, yeah, we gonna sign some real artists today. And I'm just like, man, I was seeing it in real time. Like, Drewski is definitely an anomaly. Shout out to him because he's used his platform and now he's hosting J. Cole's The Off Season Tour. So, I mean, just to see how he's used his
Drake
platform.
videos, like
and
he's so funny.
I heard he's working up. He said he's working on like a trying to get like an hour of like stand up comedy together. Like he said he do stand up for his like fans and family, like friends and family. Like so he's working on it. So he'll try his hand and stand up. We'll see if he's funny. He's just like one of those naturally funny people. When I see him with like Jack Harlow and stuff, like they're like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like be funny to me. So shout out to him. Could Have Been Records. Like the people who be like calling in on Instagram Live trying to like impress him, like it just be funny to me, man. Like, so yeah,
he's funny.
Yeah,
he's giving us a lot of good memes. What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that? You're like, yo, we got one. So I mean, yeah, shout out Drewski.
He definitely used Instagram to his advantage.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Facebook and Instagram being down this week.
Hey, look, I was like, yo, did I pay my cell phone bill, beloved? Hey, y'all
I knew
didn't cut
something
me
was
off.
wrong with it, and I didn't care. Like,
I
okay.
didn't really care neither, but I just kept refreshing. And I was like seeing the same. I forgot what video it was that I kept seeing over and over every time I opened my joint, and I'm like, hold up, bro. I know y'all ain't AT&T. I know y'all ain't cut my shit off. Like, I know y'all ain't cut me off, bro. Like, I was like, I cut my phone off, cut it back on.
Oh, no.
I'm like, yo, did y'all cut me? I know I paid my bill. I got my screenshot in my camera roll that we never use. Every time I pay a bill, I just screenshot it just in case y'all act up.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, I know I paid my bill, yo. What's going on? And then when I went on Twitter. Twitter has been popping this week because Facebook and Instagram been down, so everybody migrating to Twitter. And I just seen the memes and stuff going on about how Instagram was down. So what's my man's name? Zuckerberg, or as Boosie say, Zuckerberger. Y'all need to get it together over there. I don't know what's going on, but they say he lost like $6 million or $6 billion in the time that
Which
it
is
was
nothing.
nothing to him. But it's just like, imagine the joint being down for like, I think it was down for like 6 or 7 hours.
It was down for longer than I expected it to be, though, which was kind of like, oh, is this the end? Like,
Nah, I heard some conspiracies I ain't even gonna get into, but nonetheless.
No, I do want to get into it because I don't know. Was it about the papers?
What papers?
The I sent it to myself so that I could read the article later.
Somebody said that he was scrubbing something while it was down. Something because he's going to be in court for some type of lawsuit or something like that. I can't confirm nor deny, but that's what the Twitter streets was saying. So I don't know why it went down, to be honest. I knew it was going to be back up, but it's like I'm not invested in Instagram, especially not Facebook, enough to even really like care that much. Like
the Pandora Papers.
See, I don't even know
so
about that.
Apparently it was a big leak. So it's the biggest ever leak of offshore data that exposed financial secrets of the rich and powerful. So that's another conspiracy that I heard of.
Yeah, that's what I heard about.
Yeah,
they said I heard they was like scrubbing the database of that info while it was down randomly on a Monday,
right?
And then and this just popped back up. So that's what I heard. I mean, if you into conspiracy theories, you might want to look into it. But nonetheless, that's what I heard as well. So who knows? I don't know.
I just want to say, like, for all the people that like every time Instagram goes down, I feel like people like to make fun or like take shots at like influencers or people that have built platforms off of Instagram. And it's just like, it gives jealousy and like hater or whatever. But it's just like, some people have really made lucrative careers. Like we were just talking about Drewski. He's really used Instagram as a platform, you know? And it's just like, it's a social media, like networking site, you know? And so every time people are like, oh, those girls going to get real jobs now and stuff like that. And I'm not even like an influencer. I don't consider myself an influencer or anything, you know, but it's just like, no, I don't. But it's just like, that's not my livelihood. But there are people who have made their livelihoods off of Instagram. And it's just like, why do you guys root for people to like basically lose their livelihood, you know? And it's just like, and why are you upset that people have used that as a tool? It's smart, is it not?
Yeah, I mean,
like, I bet you wish you could do it too, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's always gonna be two sides of the coin, but it is kind of giving a little bit of jealousy. I mean, they did the same thing when OnlyFans said that they wasn't gonna allow explicit content anymore. Like it was the exact same thing. Yeah. I mean, it's a
little bit different for me though. I just had that conversation last night.
Yeah, I seen Plies posted a video on Twitter. He was like, I guess you regular now, bitch. I guess you regular now, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Talking about like women who I guess make their living off Instagram. But it's just like, it's just like, I don't take it serious. It's like funny banter. But at the end of the day, like, I mean, it's almost like some people's like rooting for people's downfalls. But if you could monetize your Instagram, you might have been hurt for those hours that it was down. Maybe you were supposed to, do a promotion. Maybe you were supposed to shout a brand out or something and you couldn't do it or whatever it was, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not funny when it's like, it's affecting people's bag and their livelihood. People got bills. So it's like, at the end of the day, I understand it, but like I said, it's two sides of it. But
And it is a good wake up call for, you know, influencers or brands or anything. Like, make sure you have a website, you know, like
And
make
start
sure.
your own.
Yeah, like
Don't
you
be
want more than
reliant.
just Instagram because I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, Instagram
It could
is
be here
kind of
today
going
and gone.
downhill.
It
to
is
me
like all these
anyways.
updates and stuff that they doing.
Yeah,
Like you don't want to
unnecessary
be.
updates.
You don't want to make it your bread and butter because if they shadow ban your account,
Yeah.
or if they whatever, they have the right to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I follow certain YouTubers and stuff. Their accounts is like shadow ban, so it's like you unless you, like they make it harder for you to find their account. And
Yeah,
it's just like,
or you
yo,
don't see it. Like
don't see it.
I've seen some pages pop up this past week, and I'm like, I forgot I even followed these pages. You know, so definitely
start your own, man.
and get
Yeah.
into SEO and Google. You know, like make sure your website pops up on Google and it's like one of the first ads or whatever. Like you definitely need to just not rely on Instagram and stuff like that. But also to the people that poke fun, it's just like, okay.
Why y'all mad, though?
Right. So, anyways,
Did you see the hip hop awards this week?
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it at all. All I saw was Bia's performance, and that
It
That was
wasn't
it.
given.
oh no, it wasn't. And I was sad for her
Wasn't
because
given,
I
and
had
I
secondhand
really-
embarrassment watching it.
I really like Bia too. Like
Yeah.
it's a whole lot of money in this mug. Like I like that song.
I like
you
some
know
of her
what I'm
music. I've
saying?
listened to more than just that. Like
I was
her
rooting for
music.
Bia since she put out this song called Bobby Brown. Like it was like 4-5 years ago. Like I actually like Bia, and as in the words of Drake, she fine. So nonetheless, like I've been rooting for her for a while now. But at the end of the day, I just don't feel like I think she got music. I just don't feel like her stage presence
Right.
matches the music yet.
Yeah.
And that just comes over time. Like she'll
It
get more
does.
comfortable.
She might have to
on
do
stage.
that.
She looked a little stiff to me.
Yeah.
At the on stage at the hip hop
Well,
awards.
yeah.
But shout out Lil Jon because Lil Jon came out on her set and did the Bia,
Yeah.
the Bia, like, and he got it lit, and that's the energy that we needed, and he definitely brought that. You know, I remember when Bia came out. I'm talking about middle school era. I'm talking about flight coats with the fur on the back. I'm talking about NBA jackets with the teams on it. I'm talking about do-rags with the flaps out with the dog tags. I'm talking about Darling Stadium. I'm talking about that was that era. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, when he brought the Bia back out for Bia, I'm like, all right, yeah, it definitely, you know.
She's tapped in.
So yeah, so I'm like, yo, that was definitely dope to see it. But overall, like, shout out to 85 South Show, DC Young Fly, Chico Bean, Carlos Miller. Like,
They are funny.
I feel like them together is definitely a good trio, and I feel like I'll be watching their podcast, but I think they did a good job. DC Young Fly opened up the show with a Soldier Boy, Crank That Soldier Boy, like choreography and everything like that with dancers and everything like that. And I think that just his energy it's unmatched, but I
Yeah.
think they have been able to take like Wildin' Out as a platform and, like you said, build something of their own.
Right.
It's about building something that you own. So it's like they took the opportunity, they got the clout, the popularity from Wildin' Out. It's like, we're going to build our own, and we're not going to be relying upon Nick Cannon, because you see how they took his show away from him and they just giving it back to him. So like I
Yeah.
said, you got to know the people that you can't piss off certain people, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, shout out to them. I think they did a good job hosting. I seen Nelly they gave Nelly like an
His flowers,
icon,
yeah.
like award. Who else did I see? A lot of different performances. Overall, I think it was good. You know, one thing I wanted to say was, like, I seen this video going viral on Twitter and Instagram. Jada Waiter
This little
took a
babies.
picture with Lil Baby's, I guess, baby mama.
Yeah.
Took a picture with LL Cool J, and she act like she didn't know who
Oh,
the hell he
that's who
was.
that was.
Yeah.
I saw that video and I didn't know who the girl was. Of course, I know who LL was, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Well, who is this girl?"
So they took the picture, and she like definitely just turned her back after the picture was over, and he like tapped her like, "Okay, nice meeting you," and she's like, "Whose uncle is this? Like, whose old ass uncle is this?" And I was like, "Yo, like, you don't know LL? Like, she probably don't, cause she probably young, but at the end of the day, like,
We got to be the same age.
your
I don't know what her age
parents,
is.
like your mama would probably be tripping
Right.
harder than you. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's like, yo, respect your elders though. LL is definitely a GOAT when it comes to hip hop. Like, don't disrespect LL.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like I didn't like that video because it seemed like she was trying to make him into a fanboy. Like, he asked for the picture. I don't know who asked for the picture.
Right. I want to know how this
But
was
it
set
just,
up.
I didn't like how she tried to play my man's LL. It's like, yo, he known for licking his lips and he known for being a sex symbol. It's like, you might be a new sex symbol for this new generation, but don't front on LL like he wasn't, you know what I'm saying, LL.
No, for
he
sure.
Big Ellie. You know what I'm saying? Big Sully. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, don't front on L. You
My
know?
mom had the biggest crush on LL.
I feel like
Oh my
everybody,
gosh.
I feel like the chokehold that LL had
and still has.
for the representative of light skinned men was the equivalent to what Denzel had for dark skinned men on women. Like, the platform that they, like, the pedestal they had Denzel on, LL had it at one time, and it's been certain brothers that's been on that. You know what I'm saying? So for her to just, okay, like, just shrug him off like he a fan, I'm like, he's like in the, like, he's in like the rock and roll Hall of Fame, I believe. Like, he's like,
No, he is.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he's on NCIS and like he's
I feel like you know LL songs even if you didn't grow up. And like, I mean, not even just because my parents played it. Like, I just know LL. Like,
Yeah.
Mama said knock you out.
you know LL, yo. Like,
LL Cool J
is
is
hard
hot
as
as
hell.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
You know LL, don't front. And I'm like,
Right.
yo, beloved, do your research, because like, you might be popping right now, but just like, this man is a legend. He didn't did songs with J-Lo. He didn't
I'm
did songs.
sorry
You know what
that,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I mean, I can't fault her if she doesn't truly understand, but
she need to though.
I'm sorry, but like, you're not as talented as LL.
It's like you're
Like,
known for being someone's baby mother.
yeah,
You're not known for actually having hit records and stuff like that.
or anything.
Like, yeah, just having a nice body that he probably paid for.
Not probably.
Like, so
For
it's
sure.
like, so
'Cause
that's
Lil
all
Baby
you're
gonna
known
pay for a
for.
body. He gonna say that every
You know what I'm
time.
saying? So I'm like, yo, so it's like, yo,
He don't
it's
got no
like,
problems doing
it's just
that.
be the disrespect for me. Like, you might not have to know, like, I don't know every LL song, but the credence and the admiration that I have for him as a GOAT in hip hop,
Yeah.
I would never disrespect
But
him.
even take away not knowing who this person is, just in general, it could be a stranger. Like, why did you act things like that? You know,
yeah, it was like real stankish to
Yeah.
me. Like, like
I
standoffish.
just find it
And
hard
it's
to believe
like,
that LL knows who she is if I don't even know who she is.
I want to know who asked for the picture. I feel like if we could find out like who asked to take the picture, it would give us context.
Please send your
Like, I need
what,
like
what should we call people that watch the show? Troublemakers. Please send your if you have any
I call them the
intel.
congregation
The
because I'm
congregation.
preaching to them. Like, but either way, like, if y'all got some context, send it over because I really want to know what happened.
If you have some intel, let us know. DM the page.
Yeah, it was like I didn't like that video one bit, and
Yeah.
so. But
Well, now I know who it was. I was like, who is this?
see, you didn't even know who it was. I knew who it was, but it's like not that I cared to know who it was,
Yeah.
but it was just like,
I've just heard of her name all the time.
Jada Waiter.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she actually had gotten in trouble recently. She went on a birthday trip to, I think it was Jamaica, and she got caught with a strap or whatever.
Oh, the
and-
same one. Because then she have a video of her holding it.
Yeah. And I'm like, you're dumb.
my
It's like
gosh.
you're trying
Okay,
to
so
flex on Instagram.
Maybe they aren't the same age because she can't be close to my age.
It's like, yo, you're trying to flex on Instagram, right, with a strap, and then like y'all post a video, and then it seemed like hours later when y'all touch down, oh, we got arrested for it. And it's like, yo, why would y'all even like? People be signing up for stuff and don't even know like what y'all signing up for.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, be smart.
Sorry.
Smart.
Speaking of like women getting arrested, did you see it was like a mugshot circulating around on Twitter, and it was this girl that basically did 20 years, or she's doing 20 years because she didn't tell on her man or something.
Mm-mm.
Oh man. It just brought up a good debate. Like, would you do that? I already know you wouldn't. But
What I do with?
like, would you do 20 years for your significant other so that you don't rat out on them?
I want to do 20 years for myself. What you mean for somebody else? Like,
Someone said I'm telling things they didn't even ask.
yeah, it's like, yo, I believe in love, but like, it had to be a strong type of love for me to like sit down in the pen for 20 years.
Let me tell you.
Like, and it really would depend on how many years that we had built already up until that point. Like, if we already a year or two in, no, I'm not taking 20 years for you. Like, if we like already like 10, 15 in, then maybe I may consider
I'm not even.
But like,
I'm not a ride or die. I would choose death every time.
Hey, look, Drake said, yo, if it was ride or die, you would have been dead by now. And I felt him when he said that. Because it's like, yo, I'm not really like, I didn't really sign up for that.
Depending on what you got me riding through, death might be the better option.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, that's what I said. It's like, yo, if it was 20, they gave me 20 years, I might just off myself.
Like, I'm good.
Like, yo, it's like, yo, I'm not finna do 20 years for nobody else. I don't think I can.
I'm going to always love me more.
I feel like that too, though. For
I'm
real,
going to always love me more.
It's like, I mean,
because who's to say I do these 20 years and who knows what you're doing out there?
Oh, I know what you're doing out there in 20 years.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not going to be faithful to me for 20 years. Ain't that many conjugal visits in the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
if you're even granted it.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, Papoose held Remy Ma down. You know what I'm saying? But they had conjugal visits and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So they made it work. But if the shoe is on the other foot, I feel like it was like I seen like Mendices and Yandy. Yandy asked Mendices because Yandy held Mendices down on Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
And like when they got out, I think they was in like relationship therapy, and she was like, "Yo, if I got locked up."
He said you have to think
would you hold me down? He was like, I would have to think about it. See, that's what I'm saying. That there is the reason why I'm not finna do no time for nobody else.
No.
Like, it's one time to do the time because you did the crime, but like to do it just because like for somebody else, just because I'm being loyal, because there's no like the way the street, like Troy Ave be saying like the streets is a myth. What he mean is like, yo, people be like trying to like, yo, I'm gonna keep my head up and I'm not gonna snitch, and the system is set up for you to snitch.
Right. And
if you a law abiding citizen, you will get less time by cooperating. So when you don't cooperate, when you come home after 20 years, people be thinking like, yo, I'm gonna get my stripes in these streets. Bro, people didn't went on and they didn't have kids and they didn't live their life. They don't even tuck money away for you when you come back.
Yeah.
So you literally gotta start from scratch when you get out after 15, 20 years for you being loyal and for you to be honorable and I'm a G and I stood 10 toes. Bro, ain't nobody got time for that,
the
bro.
Streets don't
I'm
love
telling
you.
y'all right
the
now.
Streets don't
I'm
love
telling
you.
right now. Let y'all ask me anything. Like, I'm gonna do more than cooperate. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not gonna care because I'm not finna be on no 23-1 or whatever it is and solitary confinement and da. I'm not doing that, bro.
All right.
Like, I'm not.
When I'm done, like, any more questions?
Like, bro, questions? I'm just being honest because I don't abide by the street code because I'm not a street N-word, as they would say. So it's like I'm not cut from that cloth. If you ask me, I'm a tax-paying citizen. You feel me? And I'm going to tell you what I know. I'm not going to volunteer info, but I'm gonna just tell you what I know. If I don't know, you don't know NATO, I don't know NATO. But but at the end of the day, if I know something, I'm gonna say what I say. So don't do nothing around me that you ain't supposed to do. Because if I seen it, then I'm gonna say it.
Actually, I love you so much that I want you to answer for your wrongs.
I'm not.
I want you to be a better person and learn from your consequences. So
yeah, like I remember Pharrell.
It's gonna hurt me more
like
than it hurts you, like our parents would tell us.
Yeah, I remember Pharrell saying something like that a few months ago, saying like, "Yo, if they ask him, he gonna say what he need to say too."
Okay.
Cause he not from the streets. That man went to Princess Anne High School. He from Virginia Beach. You know what I'm saying? He not from Shark City. He from Virginia Beach, dog. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like at the end of the day, like look to each his own. But that's how I feel, bro. At the end of the day, so. Other than that, though, anything else we need to touch on before we get up out of here?
It is homecoming season, so shout out to all the HBCUs.
Hey, yeah, shout out all the HBCUs.
I guess shout out to yours too.
Don't look, beloved. Don't do that. That's not what we're gonna do. Like, we don't. Y'all be trying to like. First of all,
specifically the HBCUs.
Okay, but like, don't put like HBCUs above my alma mater though.
Well,
like, don't
Hampton
do that.
Just had theirs this past weekend.
Okay, but don't.
When
why
is
y'all
Norfolk
gotta?
State's?
Why y'all try to act
this
like y'all?
upcoming weekend. A&T has theirs.
Bro, you hear her, bro.
Halloween weekend, and I think Howard has theirs the weekend before. So I don't know. I'm
Hey,
not going
look.
to any of them because we're still in the middle of a pandemic. But I
Hey,
don't know.
look.
I miss DC. I might slide up to Howard. I don't know.
Look, I'm gonna let you rock, but like, yo, like the ODU disrespect needs to chill, bro. Like that's my 2-time alma mater. Like our editor went to ODU. All my homies that went to ODU, yo, I'm repping our shit, dog. Like, yo, don't disrespect ODU, cause I don't disrespect the Aggie and Aggie pride. I let you get y'all shit off. So I don't even know what our little chant is. It don't matter though. Like I went into enough debt over them for y'all to put some respect on this shit. So it's like, yo, at the end of the day, shout out Norfolk State, shout out, you know what I'm saying, the Spartans, shout out to Aggie Pride, J.R. Smith, we see y'all.
He passed his liberal studies exam.
You feel what I'm
He got an
saying?
85.
Shout out J.R. Smith, shout out Aggie Pride, shout out all that thug shit, and shout out
Excuse me.
shout out to ODU, and shout out to Taylor Heineke on the Washington football team. We see you. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, yo, we gonna respect all colleges matter, all universities matter.
Whoa.
Like we're gonna respect HBCUs, and we're gonna respect
all lives matter.
No, we're gonna respect PWIs and HBCUs too, because at the end of the day, like, yo, education is an education. At the end of the day, you still went into probably the student loan debt no matter where you went. So at the end of the day, we're not gonna disrespect the Monarchs.
Yeah.
We're not gonna disrespect the Monarchs, because y'all know what I did when I did it. You feel what I'm saying? When I used to go to homecoming, y'all know how I used to turn up. Like, yo,
You're
I'm a
right.
homecoming legend at ODU. Y'all know
right.
how I gave it up. So
You're right.
we're not gonna disrespect it.
We need to
bro.
unite and fight
feel me?
the real evil, which is Sally Mae. So
Sally Mae, Great Lakes, all of them, bro. We need to come together.
and Joe Biden.
And I'm not really too cool on Joe Biden right now.
Yeah.
He said something that was very like controversial to me today. I mean, this week he said like something about it don't matter if it takes 6 days, 6 weeks, or 6 months. Why did you could have, out of all of the numbers, why did you pick 6? And you said it 3 times. So for y'all that's woke, y'all read into that. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? We talking about conspiracies. Like, why would you say that? You could say it 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. You said 6 3 times. Like, yo, you like, yo, what's up with that, bro? I need some understanding about that. Anyway, like I said, shout out HBCUs. Shout out DJ Envy. He was here this week for HU homecoming. He DJ'd at Culture Lounge in Norfolk, and he went to that homecoming. He's a HU alum, and you always got like, who's the real HU?
It's Howard.
Whether it's Howard, is it Hampton?
It's Howard, and I'm from Hampton. So
Shout out Nicholas Cannon. He's a HU alum as well. He just literally graduated with his degree from Howard. So yeah, he actually has a daytime talk show now, and he actually may take Wendy Williams' spot. He has his own show, and he did a student loan forgiveness where he picked like 6 or 7 HBCU students and forgave all, like paid all of their debt. And I'm like, yeah.
it's a better way to spend your time.
Yeah, and he actually said he's gonna be. He said he's gonna be. He went to therapy. His therapist said he should be celibate. So he said he's trying celibacy to the end of 2021, and he'll see how it goes in 2022.
World Mental Health Awareness Day, y'all.
So yeah, shout
That's
out.
only 3 months, but that's something.
Shout out
That's fine.
Nicholas, man. Shout out Nicholas.
It's better than making children.
Shout out Nick
3 months
Cannon,
apart. So
Yeah, shout out Nick Cannon. Let's see if he can be celibate from here. It's we in October. Let's see if he can be celibate until 2022. But other than that, I think that's been just about everything, though.
yeah. You good?
The disrespect to like, y'all be disrespecting my alma mater. I just don't be going for it, bruh. Cause I went there for 6.5 years, bruh. So it's like, yo, don't disrespect ODU. Like, y'all ain't never went to an ODU
It's a
house
nice
party.
campus.
Like, y'all never went
It's
to
a nice
campus.
campus.
Like, y'all ain't benefited. Don't act like I ain't took you to Raising Cane's and took you to
Wait.
like don't act like you ain't
Let's talk about
benefited.
Raising. Wait, before we
Look.
go, we gotta talk about Raising Cane's.
Hey, look, what about it?
So apparently, the corporate staff at Raising Cane's is now going to be working in the restaurant as cooks and cashiers because they have an employee shortage. And
think that's
I love this. I love
Yeah.
this is a good full circle moment here. And we were talking about capitalism earlier, and I hope that we come to some terms here. Bring corporate into these restaurants so they really know what's going on, because it's always, and this is with any business establishment, it's always corporate making the big decisions, but you aren't out there shooting in the gym.
You're not.
You're not there shooting in the gym
ins and outs. You don't
with
know.
these people, like the day to day ins and outs, like the customers, these dumb practices you probably implement, if they're even like realistic or not. Like, I love that. And I think that all companies should do that. Like from time to time, have some corporate workers, CEO, whatever, not just a store visit when everybody puts on, you know, their best for your visit. Like really just be in there in the trenches with them.
Yeah, I feel that. That's why I like the show Undercover Boss, because like these people step down from their high horses and they actually get their hands dirty. And like I'm talking about Popeyes, I'm talking about Cinnabon, I'm talking about like these big corporations, and then they actually get to see, and it gives them a sense of practicality of the people that they actually have working at their company.
Maybe
and
a
what
raise.
they're going through.
Yeah.
So it was like, yo, I love that show Undercover Boss. So it's like, yeah, the fact that the higher ups at Raising Cane's is going to get their hands dirty now, sometimes that's what it takes. I mean, we still in the midst of a pandemic. Sometimes you gotta roll your sleeves up, and you gotta get your hands dirty and put in, you gotta put in some elbow grease. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, yo, if that's what y'all gotta do to keep y'all company afloat right now, that's what it is. I mean, at the Raising Cane's on ODU campus, shout out that boy Jamie. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know he an ODU legend. Everybody know Jamie. If y'all know, y'all know. Shout out
Now
him.
I want some Raising Cane's.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't act like you ain't benefited off of ODU being closed.
It's a lovely campus.
You know what I'm saying?
I would have gone if it wasn't so close to home.
See, look,
But I had
now
to
the truth
I
come
had to
out.
get away.
Now the truth
I
come
had
out.
to get
You
away.
feel what I'm saying? Like, yo, from this point on, from this episode on, there's no more ODU slander shall prosper against me or anybody else that went to ODU. And yeah, that's how we giving it up, dog. So at the end of the day, somebody asked me last night, am I going to ODU homecoming? I said, look, I'm already a ODU homecoming GOAT. I've already maxed out. There's nothing else that I can do. Because if I go back and be fly now, they're gonna be like, who is this old head? Yo, he clean.
looking like Steve Harvey.
You feel what I'm saying? It's like, yeah,
in the green suit.
yeah, with the green suit.
Looking like the Riddler.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, at this point, I mean, look, next time I go back, y'all gonna have to pay me to go back. They gonna have to cut a check for us to go back.
I
You
like
know what I'm
that.
saying? So I'm not going back until they cut a check.
Yeah.
Other than that, look, y'all gonna have to catch me every Tuesday on the Trouble Pod. And yeah, I think that's been a good episode this week. For the people that's not tapped in with you, where can they follow you at?
Briaunna Monet on Instagram, Twitter, B Monet on TikTok. Follow the Trouble Pod on Instagram. Follow our YouTube page, guys. Subscribe, comment, like. Trouble Pod on TikTok too. Where can the people find you?
Thanks. Find me on Instagram at T.Cooke Official, on Twitter at The Cookbook. And yeah, it's been another episode of the Trouble Pod, episode 20. Most podcasts don't make it this far. We still here. So yeah, it's been a good run and we still keeping it going. So shout out to everybody that's been tuning in. And yeah,
I love that.
think we out.
All right.
All right, peace.